Tonight with more on the armed siege at a central Auckland construction site that left 3 people dead, including the gunman.
As we go to air, a policeman and 9 others are recovering from injuries inflicted by the shooter. In a moment, we'll talk to the police commissioner, but first, a look back at how the morning unfolded.
It's hard to believe just 12 hours ago, this was Auckland's city centre. The usually busy district filled with thousands of office workers heading into work, told to stay indoors. And commuters arriving, told to avoid the area too, as police quickly move in and lock down the CBD, throwing the public transport network into chaos. As the nation watches on, so too the eyes of the world here for the FIFA World Cup, watching a serious incident unfold. A gunman armed with a pump-action shotgun moves through this building site when an exchange of fire rings out. 3 people dead, one of them the gunman, 10 others injured, including a police officer. And Police Commissioner Andrew Coster is here now. Thank you so much for your time. I know it's been a busy and distressing day. Are you able to give us an update on the injured?
We have our officer still in hospital. Fortunately, he is stable, but he will have quite a path to recovery and will certainly need surgery as part of that. So our thoughts with him and his family and colleagues. In terms of other victims, we understand that they too are stable, and we still have several of those being treated in hospital. I haven't had much more detail than that.
Have you spoken to the injured officer?
No, I haven't. He was speaking with family early on. However, he has needed to have further treatment today, so hasn't been able to speak with anyone.
How impressed were you with how your staff and other emergency personnel responded to this incident?
Yeah, it was an amazing response. It was very quick, and it was very appropriate in terms of moving quickly into the scene, moving towards danger to be able to make that situation safe again. So I'm very proud of the work that our people did. This is one of the most difficult situations we can be asked to respond to, where someone is actively causing harm, as this offender was. So incredibly proud of my people and of the other emergency staff that supported.
It must have been terrifying for those who were first on the scene.
Absolutely. We had quite a mix of staff who responded from all over Auckland, actually, and you know, they formed up as they needed to do and made their way in to help people evacuate, to move towards the position where the offender was. And in the end, it was Armed Offender Squad staff who engaged that offender and brought about a resolution. But all of our staff incredibly courageous to walk into what was a really dangerous place.
Commissioner, what do we know about the gunman?
We haven't yet identified the gunman. We have a process we need to follow to do that, but I can tell you that he's believed to be 24 years old. He has a history of family harm related matters, and he was on home detention for a serious assault. He was allowed, under the conditions of his home detention, to travel to the site, which he had worked at as part of the construction works there. And so he's not believed to have been in breach of those conditions, but he does have a connection to the building site.
There will be questions, of course, over how an offender on home detention with an ankle bracelet got his hands on a gun without a licence.
Absolutely. I mean, a key line of inquiry for us will be to understand how he came by that firearm. We know that there is lots of work to do to make our firearms environment safer, and that has included the recent launch of the new firearms registry, which allows accountability around who has firearms and where they get passed to, but also a greater focus on the security of firearms in the homes of licensed firearms holders. So we will certainly be looking to understand how that occurred.
And what about a motive? Are you any closer to working out why this happened?
We believe that it is connected to issues at the workplace, but I can't give any finer detail than that at the moment. But we do believe that it's connected with his work at that location.
We have the eyes of the world on us right now. Are police stepping up security for the FIFA World Cup?
We've been very actively involved in planning for FIFA for some time, and we have a really good security presence, and we certainly have additional staff in and around Auckland Central at the moment. Of course, this event does not appear to be in any way connected to FIFA. It seems very clearly connected to that construction site, so there's no new or specific risk. Nonetheless, we know we need to provide reassurance, and we want people to be able to enjoy what's an amazing international event for New Zealand to host.
Police Commissioner Andrew Costa, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.